Okay, so welcome to Akashic Wednesday Wisdom Live. And today we've got an interesting topic. And this is about us unlocking and clearing and activating our Alta Major chakra. So what I do on a Wednesday is I like to do a meditation to support you with your own Akashic Record practice. So for those that don't know me, my name's Marina, the Soul Alchemist, and I support my clients with connecting with the Akashic Records. All of my work is done mainly in the Akashic Records, and that's really to support you with empowering your own soul journey and doing your own healing, but also to allow you to connect with your own soul identity. And I clear karmic baggage, trauma, blocks, restrictions, things that hold us back in our life and business. And I like to be like a psychic detective and identify and clear those things. But I also like to empower other people to use their own Akashic Records as well. So that's what we are doing today. So before we go into the Akashic Records, I'm going to do that through meditation or through a journey. And this is really about you embodying your Akashic Records, which is a database of energy and information that holds all of the information about every single aspect of your soul's journey since the creation of your soul. So every lifetime, every story, every memory, every connection, every thought, feeling, or action and consequence that you've ever experienced in any lifetime is all recorded in this amazing cosmic realm. And if you are watching this, you can absolutely connect in with your Akashic Records. And you'll do that in a number of ways. You'll do that through visualization, using your imagination. You will do it through your senses, through your sense of knowing. If you're not very visual or don't have, can't use your imagination, that's fine. You can still access your Akashic Records. It's all perfect. So I will invite you to really open up your senses as we go into the Akashic Records so you can embody it. You just showing up and embodying and being curious and being open-minded to the connection will be enough to kind of make a start on your own healing journey with the Akashic Records. So the Alta Major, what is it? Now I have done some clearing around the Alta Major before, not specifically in this type of setting, but for myself, and I've experienced other people's clearings and healings. So the Alta Major is here. It's the first point right at the top of the spine between the bottom of the skull. And it's an actual physical point, but it's also a chakra point as well. And when it's fully open and accessible, it allows to have a clear channel of chi energy or prana or shakti, or what I like to call with the work that I do is vital force energy. And it comes directly from divine source. And that's the energy that gives us our life force. It gives us our creativity. It allows, the more that we can kind of work with it, it allows more opportunity and doors to open. And so if we are not fully on with this particular chakra point, what we're doing is we're blocking that vital force energy or that prana or that chi from kind of traveling up and down your spine. So it connects with the nervous system, and the actual physical point in your body is called the Atlas. And it's based on, the mythology, the Titan god of Atlas who held up the world on the back of his head. And so that's why that point is called the Atlas, and it's why it's called the Alta Major chakra. Now, as a chakra point, it's really interesting, which I didn't realize fully until I did my research again yesterday, that this is the lunar aspect, the feminine aspect of your intuition and your third eye. And the pineal gland is the masculine and the solar aspect. And so there's normally a disconnect between those 2 points. So quite often we talk about the pineal gland or the pituitary gland, and we talk about the third eye, but we don't really talk about the Alta Major. And so we're probably only functioning on half of what is available to us because we are not intentionally activating the Alta Major as well. Now, it's probable that, when I talk about the opening up the chakras day on a Monday morning when we do the intuitive exercise, on occasion I have said, we're opening up all of the chakras. So it would have been included there. But I figured today it would be great for us to actually go into the Akashic Records and clear anything that may be holding us back from actually fully opening that particular chakra point. And so when we've cleansed and cleared that chakra point, it's going to allow you to connect with your intuition more fully. It's going to allow the third eye to function also fully. So there's going to be that much more of a balance between the two. So I thought, well, this is perfect because, you know, we're wanting to fully step more into using our intuition and that kind of divine feminine aspect of ourselves. But we may be struggling with that. And so I figured that this will be one way to kind of support us with strengthening that particular point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Akashic Records and we'll see where we go. What you will find is that if you kind of look up some more information about this, that I've got some information here. In ancient Egypt, initiations were given to people through the Alta Major. So they were very clued up. They knew what was going on with our different energy points. And in many paintings from that culture, the high priest stands behind the initiate, aiming a copper rod at the Alta Major. This rod transmits sound and also is known as the negative green carrier wave, which sends pulses of pure consciousness into the recipient, turning the whole body mind into a tuning rod. These initiations, the Alta Major was properly aligned with the rest of the spine and could therefore conduct vibration easily throughout the whole nervous system and brain in ascending and descending currents of light and chi energy. So the Alta Major is seen as a galactic doorway to the higher forces and portal to the concentrated high frequency beams of light that unite the Alta Major and the pineal gland. So, you know, they were using it in the Mayan times and the Egyptian times. They knew all about the Alta Major. So it's fascinating that we're kind of just catching up, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to get you to get comfortable, and then we'll connect in with Divine Source. We'll connect in with Mother Earth, get grounded, and then I'll take you into the Akashic Record. So first of all, what I'd like you to do is just to have your palms facing upwards. Just get yourself in a very comfortable and receptive state. And then when you're ready, just gently close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you start to get a little bit quieter. I want you to just start to take some deep breaths in. So taking that first deep breath in. And as you take that first deep breath in, we're just going to call back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, just relax the shoulders. Allow the arms to fall heavy upon the lap. And allow your back to relax into the back of the chair as your body starts to soften and become more and more relaxed. And then take another deep breath in. And again, bringing back all of your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, allowing the tension and the stress and the anxiety, wherever it's been held within the body, just to be released. And Mother Earth will take that energy from you. So it could be in the forehead, could be in the mind, could be in the shoulders or the back. Just let that energy go now. You no longer need it. And then take one more deep breath in. And again, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on the out breath, allowing the shoulders to drop. And your feet really connecting with the floor. Feeling that solid connection beneath the soles of your feet. And as you feel that connection, I want you to imagine that there's thick, strong roots coming out of the soles of your feet, and you are pushing them into the earth, into the ground. And they're going deeper and deeper into the soil, deeper and deeper. And as you take your roots through the ground, they are traveling by themselves all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is represented by a beautiful, large crystal, glistening and shining there in the soil. And I want you to wrap your roots around that crystal. As you wrap the roots around the crystal, just notice what kind of crystal that is, or perhaps just the color. And that is exactly what you need today to bring your chakras into balance and to open them. So wrap your roots around that crystal and feel the connection with the planet, with Gaia herself. That crystalline energy from her heart is starting to transfer into your roots, and it will take on that same color, that same glow. And the crystalline energy is starting to travel up your roots as you and your energy draw that energy up, feeling more and more grounded, more and more earthed and connected. As that energy travels up to the roots, up through the soil, and up through your Earth Star chakra, the points below your feet. Your energy is drawing the crystalline energy up further, and it starts to enter into your feet, and you may feel a shift of energy. You may feel tingling or any other kind of shift. And you may not feel anything at all, and that is also perfect. Just know that crystalline energy from the earth is making its way up now through the legs, up to the thighs, up through the root chakra at the base of the spine, up through your sex organs, through the sacral chakra, up through the navel, below the belly button, up through your solar plexus, which is above the belly button, bringing the energy up now to the heart. And I want you to take a deep breath in here for me. And on the out breath, I want you to expand your heart chakra, expand the chest, expand the back. Even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable and you feel a little bit vulnerable, allow the crystalline energy to tease your heart chakra open just a little bit more, and allowing that light and that love and that compassion and that forgiveness into your heart. Just pausing there as Mother Earth just connects with our heart chakra. And then we're just going to bring the energy now up to the shoulders and allowing it to fall down the arms all the way down to your hands and your palms. And the palm chakras will start to glow and shine as that energy pushes through your hands. And then bring your attention up to the throat, taking it through the throat chakra, cleansing and clearing anything that is just blocked there. Bringing the energy now up to the third eye, the point between your eyebrows, allowing it to go either side of the head, into the ears, into the ear chakras, into the middle of the head through the pineal and pituitary glands, and then up to the crown, up to the top of the head, and allowing the crown chakra to open, and that light shines through into your etheric chakras, so the soul star chakra above your head, the universal chakra, which is higher again, and then the stellar gateway, which is about 1.5 meters above your head. The causal chakra at the back of the head is also lit. And we're going to allow the energy to extend to the Alta Major, the point at the back of the neck where the skull and the top of the neck meet. Just focus your attention at this point and allow that color, that crystalline energy of the earth, to start to make its way into that chakra point. And you want to imagine it as being a ball of light that's becoming stronger and stronger. And this Mother Earth energy is just going to start the cleansing process. So we're now going to invite your spiritual support team and the 6 archangels that also will step in to hold you in angelic light. So we're calling Archangel Michael to stand behind you, Archangel Gabriel to your left, Archangel Uriel in front, and Archangel Raphael to your right. Feeling those energies as we invite those angels to stand around us. We're going to invite Archangel Sandalphon to bring up the crystalline grid of the earth and to hold the space below our feet. That crystalline grid is just being placed at the soles of your feet, and that energy will run through your body up to your heart. That is a fiery white energy that is being brought up through into your feet. And Archangel Sandalphon will just hold the space below. We're going to invite Archangel Metatron now to bring down the crystalline grid of divine source from our spiritual sun. And this is a fiery golden white energy. And Archangel Metatron again brings down that grid through the etheric chakras, through the crown, the third eye, the throat, and again places it at the heart. And Archangel Metatron, we invite you now to hold the space above our heads. So you're held in an angelic sphere of white, beautiful, powerful light. Held above and below, connected to the earth, connected to divine source. And now your own spiritual support teams will start to step into your room, into your space. And these are beings of 100% pure love and light. So these may be other angels, ascended masters, galactic beings, galactic councils, star races, family guides, ancestors, elementals. You are all welcome here. So you may start to feel some more energies getting closer to your own physical body. So you may start to feel more tingling, perhaps small drafts around you, or maybe even pulses of energy within your own physical body. And if you don't feel anything at all, that's fine. Just know that your spiritual support team are with you now. We're now going to invite our egos to step out of our physical body. So imagine that there's a figure that steps out of your body and starts to head towards the door of your room. Your ego has a smile on their face because they know that they'll be back. But for now, they trust that they can step away from the room and shut the door gently behind them. So this just allows you to fully trust any messages that come through for you, that they're coming from your guides or perhaps your higher self, and not your subconscious mind, your inner critic, your ego. So now that we are prepared, we are ready, bring your attention to your third eye, that point between your eyebrows. And there you can start to sense, see, feel, and know or imagine that there's a purple portal of light that's starting to get bigger and bigger. bigger and bigger, and it gets so big you can step through that light and find yourself in a corridor. For some of you, you'll be familiar with this corridor, and for some of you, it will be completely new. I just want you to start to walk down this corridor, and as you walk down this corridor, start to open up your senses. Start to visualize or imagine what the floor and the walls look like. Start to hear the sound of your footsteps on the floor, perhaps the texture of the floor. You may want to place your hands on the walls as you walk down the corridor so you can feel or sense what the material is. Is it wood? Is it paper? Is it stone? Continue to walk down towards a large door at the bottom of the corridor. Can you taste or smell anything whilst you're here? Expand your senses as much as possible and look at the door. And on the door, you'll notice, sense, feel, or just know that there are your details on there, your full name, your date of birth, and your place of birth. Once you get a sense or can see or imagine that those pieces of information are there, place your hand on the door handle of the door, open the door, and step into your Akashic records, allowing the door to shut gently behind you. Take a few more steps in and take in your environment, your library. What does it look like? How does it feel? Usually when we step into the Akashic records, it feels like we are coming home, because every aspect of information held in this realm is your soul's journey, your soul's wisdom, knowledge. It's all held within this space. So your library, does it look big or small? Are there thousands upon thousands of books, or maybe just a few? However your library appears today is perfect. And just know that it can change each time that you come into this space. Start to now walk forward and head towards the large table that's in the middle of your library. And upon this table, you'll notice that there's a large book, and it's open and it's been updated. And this is your present lifetime book, which has all of the information, whether it's conscious or not. It's all been recorded in this particular book. And as you're looking and perhaps flicking through the pages, I'm going to invite your Akashic record keepers and guides to step into the space with you, to start to feel energies approaching from the left-hand side. When you're ready, you can turn around and just notice how many guides there are today. Your guides are smiling and are delighted that you're here today. And just introduce yourself if these feel completely new, or give them a big hug, say hello, and just make that beautiful connection. These are your guides. These hold and protect your wisdom, your knowledge, your Akashic records. So your guides are feeling quite excited today because they know that we're going to be looking at the Alta Major and releasing and unblocking anything that isn't really supporting us with using and perhaps trusting our intuition more. And so your guides are taking you over to a door on the right-hand side. Just notice what that door looks like. Your guides are telling you that you're going to be stepping into this room, and your guides are going to be with you. There's nothing to be fearful of. And you're going to be stepping into a pyramid. So your guides open the door and invite you to step through the door. And your guides step beside you. So you take a few more steps in. And to begin with, it kind of looks a little bit dark and you're not quite sure. But your guide then produces a flamed torch and you can start to see the environment around you. And you realize that you're actually inside a large stone pyramid. And as you look around the walls, you can see that they're covered in lots of markings, hieroglyphics. And perhaps you can see around you that there may be some artifacts, things that perhaps you recognize from pictures that you've seen of when pyramids have been opened and the treasures have been revealed. But your guides let you know that you are actually visiting a lifetime that you were actually present in ancient Egypt. And so your guides are asking you to now step further forward into this chamber, into this pyramid chamber that you're in. And you'll notice at the top of the chamber that there is an altar and some things that are placed upon the altar. Your guide claps their hands and the pyramid chamber lights up so you can see it more fully, noticing all of the artifacts around you. And you can also sense that there are people within this chamber also. It's quite peaceful and quiet as people look upon. And you get a sense or an understanding that you're here for an initiation. And this is going to support you with you fully connecting all aspects of your third eye together. So your guide is urging you now to step forward towards that altar. And as you get closer to the altar, you can sense that the people within the room have gone quiet. Everything is silent. And behind you, there is a figure that starts to walk in. And your guide asks you just to keep your eyes facing forward. And this figure gets closer and closer and makes their way around in front of you. And you can see, as this goddess becomes clear, that it's goddess Isis. She has stepped in to do your initiation, your full calibration of your third eye today. So she asks you to turn around. And she places her hands on your Alta Major. And you can start to feel a surge of energy coming through her hands into your physical body, down the spine, into the pineal and pituitary glands, and through the third eye. It's almost like you've got these rays of light or channels of light, one going towards the earth and one going directly through the middle of the head and out through the front. And these surges of energy are cleansing and clearing anything that isn't supporting you, with your Alta Major being completely switched on. Isis tells you that she's going to be releasing any trauma that is linked to persecution of you using your intuition in any lifetime. She is also releasing any programming from religion, from society, from families that were fearful of the intuition being used, that it was wrong or sinful. This programming is being released. Isis is also releasing any contracts or vows where you have taken agreements to not use your intuition, not to use your gifts, to perhaps outshine others. Or perhaps they were fearful of your power, so you agreed to dull yourself down, to turn it off. She's releasing trauma also from lifetimes where you've witnessed others being persecuted for using their gifts, for using their intuition. She's also releasing any hooks or cords to the collective consciousness and to those energies that are fearful of our intuition being used. Those hooks and cords are being released. And all of these energies are being taken by the earth. Mother Earth will transmute and transform all of these blocks, all of these restrictions from your physical body, from the ground, from your energy body, your auric field, all of your conscious levels, all of your Akashic records are being released if it is for the highest good of all. Isis continues to run those channels of energy through the physical body, down the spines, through the Alta Major, through the third eye, as you have this initiation of your Alta Major being completely cleansed, cleared, opened, and balanced. And I want you to start to imagine that there's a new flow of energy that goes from the Alta Major into the middle of your head and to the third eye and then back again. It's almost like a figure of 8 with the pineal and pituitary gland being in the middle. It's like an infinity symbol of that energy running round, backwards and forwards. And whenever it needs to be projected through the third eye, as you place your intentions out into the universe, there will be that beam of light that comes from that infinity symbol out whenever you request. But for now, that continual figure of 8, that channel of energy has now been activated, bringing in all aspects of the third eye so that you can fully use it and trust it and practice with it. So Isis is just now beginning to step back and she takes her hands away from the Alta Major. And you may continue to feel perhaps a pulsing or a pressure at the third eye. You may start to, over the next couple of hours, perhaps have pressure within the head. Just know that this is completely normal and this is just energy shifting from the physical body, from your cells, It's all perfect. So Isis is now smiling and lets you know that the initiation of your Alta Major and the completion of your third eye has now been done. Isis wants to give you a message, something that's going to support you with perhaps you have been maybe pondering about or maybe even stuck with. She wants to give you some guidance about how to move forward with that. So Isis just leans forward, she gets closer to your ear and whispers that message. Listen carefully now. And once you have that message, or a sense of what that message perhaps is, that is now traveling all the way down to the heart and is installing itself into your heart space. So your guide is just letting you now know it's time to leave this pyramid, to start to walk away from the altar. We give thanks to Isis for the initiation today. Just walking back now to the door, having one more look around this beautiful chamber, then step through the door and start to head towards the table in the middle of your Akashic Records. Pulling the book towards you, you'll notice already that initiation and that cleansing and clearing has already been recorded in your lifetime book, along with that message. Know that that message has been installed into your Akashic Records, but also into your heart. It's been located there so that you can remember whenever you feel that you need to. Knowing that you have that connection now with Isis. So it's now time to say goodbye to your guides, which you can do in any way that feels comfortable for you. And then start to head towards the door of your records. Once you get to the door, take one more look around your library. Open the door and step into the corridor and allow the door to shut behind you. And out loud or in your mind, I want you to say, I now close my Akashic Records. Start to head towards the purple portal of light at the end of the corridor. And when you're ready, I want you to step through that purple portal of light and start to open your eyes. Start to bring yourself back into the room. Shuffle your feet. Wake up the nadis on the bottom of the feet and all of those nerve endings. Rub your thighs to really ground the messages and the healing in. And what I would suggest is drinking lots of water over the next 24 hours. Just know that if you didn't quite get a message or you just got a sense of a message, then allow it to just kind of come forward in your mind. And you can always tune into that. So if you kind of get something random that kind of comes through and you think, oh, I wonder if that was the message or the guidance that I received today, then what you can also do is you could tune into your heart space. Actually place your hands on your heart, closing your eyes, and then asking your heart space, is this the message that was for me from Isis? And if you feel your heart expanding outwards, then that's a soul yes. But if it feels like it contracts and it kind of goes inward, then that's a soul no. And that's a good way just to check in with your body, because your body is a transmitter. Your body is intuitive. And so that's a really quick way also. If you use a pendulum or muscle testing, that's also another way that you can just check in on that. if you've got a clear message, then you don't need to do that. But I'm just giving you some tips and tricks for you to get that message if that was, if it wasn't perfectly clear. Now, just to let you know, you may get headaches. And sometimes people do get headaches anyway, generally with energy healing. And that's just energy shifting. So it's all absolutely normal. Sometimes you can get tired. Sometimes you can get very energized. And some people don't feel anything at all. And that is also okay. It doesn't mean that it's not worked. It just means that you don't need to feel it. And, you can just continue on with your day. But what I would say is drink lots of water, because that is physically flushing out the non-beneficial energies that we've been clearing today from whatever lifetime that was. Those things have been released. So we just want to physically flush them out of the body as well. Also, to let you know, being hydrated with water as well is a great conductor from your Akashic records or from your guides, because water is a conductive material. So it allows the wisdom and the knowledge to kind of come through in a much stronger way. So this is why I'm a massive advocate of drinking lots of water, because it helps with my connection to the Akashic records. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you. I will look at the comments in a minute, but let me know how you got on. I got a beautiful message from Isis, which was really, it was simple, but it was powerful. So that was really beautiful. But I hope that you enjoyed that. Do let me know how you feel that your intuition is starting to change and strengthen after this. And whenever you're thinking about wanting to use your intuition, it might be quite good to be actually mindful that you are opening up these points, the back of the head, in the middle of the head, and then at the third eye, and just imagining that there's a ray of golden energy that is kind of taking that connection and then through the third eye out into the universe. Great for intention setting. So if you're more conscious with that, then you know that you're opening these up and you're connecting those channels and getting that kind of that infinity symbol going in the head. So let me know how you got on, how you found that. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. If not, then I will see you on next week's session. Okay. Speak to you soon. Love and blessings.